Hello everybody and welcome back to the workshop. Still working away on the back end of this Range Rover Classic. Now, I've had loads and loads and loads of comments, and it's been since the very start. Is this really worth it? No. Okay, I'm just joking with you. No restoration project is worth it. You do it because you want the vehicle or the house or whatever you're restoring. You do it because you want it. The sad part about the world as it is, generally speaking, you might as well throw away something that has gone past a certain point and buy a new one or a better example. Just the way the world is, but that's not the way we like to live our lives. Well, certainly if you're here watching this, then I think that that's probably your opinion. This was bought for, I think, €800 after it had been used in a forest for many, many years, just beating around, and you can tell by looking at it. And you can see from the photos of when we picked it up just what it was like. Okay, so that's what it looked like when it's picked up. Project has started, lots of money's been spent on parts, and the project stalled because other things came up. I've ended up with it to try to get it to the next stage. So between the money that's spent on parts, the man hours put into it, but from everyone that's touched it so far, and the cost of buying it, it's already not worth it, if we're going to be honest. You can go out and buy one that was on the road for a similar sort of money. That said, it would all have these problems hidden and you'd be coming up against it. That's the thing about restoring something, is you might pay a lot more for the restored version once it's done, but you know it will be perfect for you. You will know it inside and out, whereas something else you won't. So yeah, okay, it's a Balmoral edition. There are 200 made. It's rough as hell. it's going to take thousands of hours come the end of this to make it perfect. And you know what? Why not? Why not? I look forward to seeing it done. So, I'm going to get on with the annoying back end, and I kind of need your help. There we go, that's what I reckon. What do you reckon? So I want to say all of that work just to get this in place, but there's actually a lot more work, but it's also been a good thing. So I will now actually have to lift that hub back on, make sure that none of these bolts protruding through here will actually clip anything. I have to cut them down. I'm going to have to put the caliper back on to make sure that's lined up before I take it all off. But like anything, there's a positive in all of this, and that is I found more things I need to go through. Look, this is not, even I haven't done this, so that bump stop that's new hasn't been tightened up. I've just looked at the bolts for that lower suspension. That's not done properly. You can see that needs all tightening up properly. So there's loads more to go through while I'm here. So this is not going back together now. Both sides of the brake shields are on. I'm not going to put the rest of it back together because it's a little bit easy at the moment to check all those other bolts and everything for the project, to make sure everything is done properly, that I have not touched, that I cannot see anything else as well. And I've always got a question when you've got something apart this far, especially when you're doing a restoration like this, even on this mild version of restoration, because this is never going to be a showstopper. Do you do something else? And I've got a question for you. So, we have a brake caliper, brand new ones going all round. Now it's silver at the moment. This doesn't look like it's going to go rusty. It's probably painted silver rather than bare metal. Could also just clean that up a little bit and lacquer it, keep it nice and clean. Or it could get painted another colour. Similarly, obviously here is the brake disc. This, of course, here is a friction surface. That'll be clean and shiny when the brakes are wearing off. This section is not, so we could clean that up and either go with silver and lacquer or paint it, because I think it was just such a shame, given how difficult it is to get to this, that you would leave something you can see through the wheels that's rusty. Always open to a suggestion, because if you don't do it now, you never will. So there's a question for everybody at home. This sort of restoration, it's nice to do those little bits and pieces. It changes it from just being put back together to a little bit care and love. But it also could be, it's not something you'll do in the future, because it'll be way too much hassle to pull all of this apart to do a decent job, whereas it's only an extra hour, 2 hours worth of work now to make it before it goes back together. So, love to hear your suggestions, or whether I'm just taking it a little bit too far, because that's actually what I do on a regular basis. So, I've got loads of bolts and stuff to check tomorrow. You can see the lights fading, it's getting late. And what I thought would be a couple of hour job has turned into a reasonable part of the day. So I'm looking forward to putting it all back together tomorrow, or actually painting up some bits and pieces, cleaning some stuff up before it goes back together. So lovely to see some comments about that, what you think. If you haven't already and you're enjoying the channel, please do subscribe, hit the thumbs up. It does all help. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye now.